love it. I wonder who did that.
Yeah,
Some asshole.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Whoa! Holy fuck. I didn't expect that to end like that. But that's great. So, hey, it's Thursday. We're here live for a reason to do some
What
things.
the fuck am I doing here on a Thursday?
Hey. I didn't tell you it was your turn to talk yet. Go ahead and talk, old man.
It's always my turn.
Well, okay.
Isn't
Go
it?
ahead. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So we got it's a special. We're doing a special show tonight with some great dudes doing some great shit. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be there at this particular event that we're going to be discussing, but maybe next year.
Hint.
Right?
Hint. Just
Right?
saying. Just saying.
So we're sitting down with we're going to discuss the CHC, which is the Community Homegrown competition. If I got that correctly, I'll find out because I'll get bashed to shit if I didn't. But we've got Mark from Hole in the Wall. There he is. We've got Dave from Baked Baker.
What up?
And we have Paul from Gardens by Gilf.
And he's muted. You got to unmute yourself there,
There you
Bubba.
go, guys. How you doing?
There you go.
Hey, look at that. We're all here together.
What up?
How you guys doing?
What's
you doing
going
good?
on?
Doing well.
Awesome.
Man, I got to catch
Everybody's
up.
happy?
I got to catch up with all the fucking comments. Sorry. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah,
You
no,
guys
it's gonna
chat
be
amongst
nuts,
yourselves.
Yeah,
What's up, guys?
Actually, I'm smoking a hole in the wall creation here.
Nice.
That's awesome.
This is you gifted me this last weekend at the Highlight Style show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Wait a minute. You got gifts?
Ah.
You were supposed to tell him.
Oh, I wasn't?
Wow. Wow. I got fucked on that deal.
Oh, here you go, Ben.
No worries, man. I got something from fucking
See?
Dave anyways right here. So, you can
What do you mean? Something from Dave? I didn't get anything from Dave.
Well,
What the
See?
fuck, dude?
we know who likes who in this fucking realm. It's all good. It's all good.
Wow. Okay.
But no, man, in all seriousness, I want to thank the three of you for coming out and hanging out tonight. So we can talk a little bit about the CHC competition that happened at this year's Boston Freedom Rally, correct?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. So Dave, why don't we start with you? Tell us a little bit about the CHC.
So the Community Homegrown competition was, I put it together actually because of Paul's post. Paul's post was actually what gave me the idea for it. And so I ended up hitting up Rob at Mascan and coming up with the idea. He literally got me in front of the board the next day to pitch my idea. They liked my idea, and I went to work. And I've made so many awesome friends around this community, Mock being one of them. I reached out to him immediately, asked for his help and input on a lot of things that had to do with like the judging, how we were going to represent the whole thing all together. And I was blessed with a bunch of different sponsors that were able to help me represent it in the right way.
And what he was talking about my post was initially when the Freedom Rally was going to go on this year, they were going to have the competition, but the competition was going to exclude home growers. And, last year during the Freedom Rally, they didn't do that. And I got third place. And, I'm like, give me a chance to come back and get it, try to win first place, And I made a big post that it's just like, I don't understand like what the dispensaries would be afraid of having, a home grower like myself come in and put my product against theirs, and
I know what they're afraid of.
Well, I actually know what happened with that.
So, but I know there's more on the
they were
back
trying
end
to legal sell judge kids, so it was a whole.
There's like legal stuff on the back end of it too, but
but it's
luckily
legal to grow.
Luckily enough, we were lucky enough to have.
That's why we did the CHC.
Yeah. Exactly, like step up at the Freedom Rally and put together a proper event, and I hope it's a mainstay at the event, and I hope it, for years and years just keeps going and going.
Right.
Now, would if it came to it, and it had to be a separate event from a separate competition from the standard competition?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Would you still continue that? Yeah.
Absolutely. This still leaves the door open. So listen, I'm not opposed to dispensaries coming to the Boston Freedom Rally, having a competition and paying their money to sponsor and help Mascan. I'm not against that at all. And I think that what we created with the Community Homegrown competition is a better way to represent our home growers and legacy market.
You know, well,
Okay.
I haven't grown myself personally in a couple of years. I'm going to this winter because I'm actually going to be fucking home. You know what I mean? So a competition like that, for somebody like me, I grow a couple of plants for my personal use. You know what I mean? That's
You
basically
would be
what
able to enter.
you know what I mean? So and that's just it's something that a kudos can be done for the hard work that an individual puts into growing their own medicine. And I think
100%.
that's a big thing. I think I think that's really, really, really cool. You know what I mean? Now, first question I have for you: were the entries tested?
No lab testing.
Okay. Do you think you should?
I think next year we're gonna look into testing the winner and offering that. As far as testing home growers, I'm not sure. I have different of opinion on it. Something I'm
Okay,
gonna
no, I get that.
It's something I'm gonna research more though.
Okay. On a different approach, what about if they want to enter, they got to keep a record of how they grew the plant, what they used. You know what I mean? I'm all about safety, and I'll tell you right now, I've gotten some shit that you never should have even been allowed to be out on the streets.
100%. Yeah. Fun fact. I actually heard recently. I was listening to 3 of the prominent judges that have done, the cannabis cups in Amsterdam. Have done a few, put together the high times, and they said you'd be surprised, but like 70 to 80% of entries that they receive have powdery mildew, and sometimes it can be the slightest amount, and the grower just doesn't even know. Me and the Baked Baker, we are. I'm teaching a hash class coming up soon. Baked Baker's sponsoring it. He's gonna, put together a little snack bar for the people, and give them his baked goods. And we have a location there where we're gonna start trying to do some other things. And the owner of the location, he actually wants to put together a competition where you grow everything in a 5-gallon, and you literally bring the 5-gallon to the event, like an art gallery, if you will. And people come in and get to see the plant still in its form, in its soil, in its cocoa, whatever you may have it in. And,
I actually like that.
To your point, just a different way, of seeing a competition. And I just can't wait to see what Baked Baker does, year 5, year 10, you know what I mean, with this competition.
I appreciate that.
It's one of those things where, as a home grower, I know what to look for, and people learn what to look for to see if there's a problem. So I've never had my personal stuff tested, but I think that as a home grower, I would like to be able to get it tested.
100%. And MCR in Framingham, they are the only place in Massachusetts that allows home growers to go and test. If you go to MCR and you go to products we've tested, all you have to do is type in gardens. You'll see over 30 different stuff that we've got tested from Gardens by Gilf, including the solvent list that we won first place at Terptown with recently this past summer. So I definitely agree. We make a lot of FICO / RSO, depending on what you want to call it. Right. And that was kind of what started us with getting it tested, because my partner, Rip Rock 420, we were talking, and he was just like, if we're going to be putting this out as a medicine type thing, we definitely got to get it tested. And I appreciate him pushing me to get it tested, and I appreciate him driving all the way out there all the time. Because I think we've been there 30 times this year. We've been there so many times that they invited us to their 10-year anniversary party, which was amazing, by the way. But yeah, just again, can't spell community without unity.
Are you testing?
I like that.
Are you doing full safety screens when you test there?
Yeah, we do the highest level that they allow us to do, which is a $75 charge that does the whole breakdown of cannabinoids percentage. It lets you know if there's any metals, anything bad in there that shouldn't be there. Luckily enough, I make my own ferments, And I do everything organically. I do have some things that are synthetically as well, but we get all that stuff tested as well. And we've been lucky enough to be able to dial it in where the results have been really good. We've had no issues, and friggin' soil to oil. We breed our seeds and we take them all the way to the end process of oil, and then everything in between. And then we take all the byproducts from that and we reuse that as best as we can. And we literally are every aspect of this plant, whether it's from breeding it, whether it's from growing it, whether it's from processing it into rosin, FICO, whether it's saving the press chips that we use and turning that into FICO. So I mean, it's just
dude.
Like,
I
don't think people realize the home grower passion that we have.
Do you breathe? Holy mother of God!
Oh, I was holding
Wow.
I was holding in a hit of duck sauce that whole time. So,
So
if I breathed, I would have blew it out.
I want to circle this back to the CHC. Okay,
yeah,
not.
But
I
I want to
to
jump in here real quick because we do have a couple of questions in the chat. Jeremy Courtney wants to know, what are the requirements for an entry and does it cost?
Yes, it cost. The entry fee was $80 and the requirements were 14 grams and individually packaged into 1 gram each.
And I got to say something about that as well. So all the hard work Baker put in, this is another thing that separates this competition from any other competition that's going on right now in this state, especially. There's so much greed in this industry. It's disgusting to me. And guess what Baker did with every penny that he made off of that? It was all donated directly back to Masscan. Every penny that was brought in. He didn't take a penny in his pocket for that. And that's, bringing home growers out, showing what they can do. And, the community comes together and supports the movement. And, this is the movement I'm a part of. You know what I mean? I'm not in this for money. Money comes. We're in this for a different reason.
100%. And Mark, to piggyback on that, as someone who enters a lot of these competitions, Baker, his price and his requirement of entry was the lowest among any of the competitions around. And there are some competitions where people feel like they're gouging the growers. And I get the dispensaries, they have this marketing budget where they can let's put in a bunch of, but some of these places are asking for like a quarter pound of flour.
Oh yeah.
2 ounces of rosin.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as a local home grower that's just trying to build medicine for a clientele, I would love to enter those competitions, but I'd rather get my product out to the people that actually care about it.
Right.
Dude, I grow 3 plants. I'm lucky if I get that much.
It's in making money off that shit as well. And it all just comes around. So they're taking all those judges kits, all the donations it's just there's a lot of greed, and it's I'm starting to separate myself from a lot of things in this industry, in this community that is around, and just starting to focus on certain things because there is a lot of that going on. But like Baker, it was such a fun competition. The Community Homegrown. I mean, it was just such a good group of judges with different palates.
I want to circle back.
Keep going, Mark. Keep going, Mark. Don't listen to Jeff. Keep going.
Go. No,
I want to know how much Dave paid you to say all that.
No, I got a fucking legitimate fucking question here. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
No, with the first year with the CHC, I want to know, between the 3 of you, what did you do right and what did you do wrong?
Don't all answer at once.
I wasn't ready for that one.
I'm gonna jump in there, and I'm gonna reword the way Jeff asked that question. So, Mark, give us one example of what was done right with this competition this year.
What was done right? I mean, just the way it was held for the community. I mean, just the way it was held for home growers. The reason why the Freedom Rally was started, just to honor this plant and what people do. The Freedom Rally was started for people to come together and enjoy that plant, and enjoy our freedom on the common, and, saying a big F you to, to civil disobedience. That's what it was all about.
The powers that be. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The cops
okay.
behind us.
That's that. All right. So that's a great answer. So I'm gonna flip to Dave and say, Dave, as the guy who we'll call this your baby, what's one thing that you would change for next year?
One thing I would change.
If you had to change something, what's the one thing that you think you could do better next year?
Well, next year,
dude, you went to like specific things here.
Well, I did.
You just took my
listen.
I wanted a free for all.
Yeah, but listen, dude.
I do like what you were doing there, Jeff.
Time the fuck out. I will mute all you motherfuckers. Time out. No, I'm just kidding. The reason I did that is, Jeff, you and I have been on the outside of many industries with what we do. And one thing that we have learned over the years is that when you're dealing with stoners, you can't give them a multiple choice question. It takes too fucking long. We'll be here for 3 hours while they're like, well, maybe. No. What? So I'm sorry. I had to go off on my little tangent tonight. So Dave, go ahead.
The one thing I'd really like to do is actually get some grow shops involved to be able to give the growers more of what they need rather than just fancy.
Good.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Great.
Get grow shops.
I tried to focus on a lot of seeds, genetics, things that growers would appreciate. And next year, I'd like to
find a grow store that will sponsor the
I'm blessed
grows
to
and
do it
give them
again. If I'm blessed to do it again, I'll definitely have more time to be able to focus on things. So I think I can even make it that much better. And with more time to advertise it, it will be a better and bigger event.
Well, right. And let's be realistic. I saw it in the chat earlier. We talked backstage.
30 days, man. That's
30
all we
days.
had.
30 days is all you had to put this together.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to say,
there was quite a few sleepless nights fucking trying to figure shit out and get sponsors involved and call friends and hey, remember you said you do me a favor? I called in them all.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, now, like Jeff said at the beginning, we weren't able to be there this year. I think we were still in Virginia or something.
We were just getting, I don't know, we were
leaving. Maybe we were just getting
home,
back from Virginia or something. So, same question, but I'm going to spin this to Paul or Gilf. As an entry of the competition, you get the hardest question of all of them.
Yeah, I'll answer Jeff's question.
Give us one that they did right and give us one that you think that can be improved on.
Yeah, 100%. So I love this is like for the people, right? It's a people rally, right? And I'm really embedded in the community. I seen all the judges that he had there, and they all came from such a diverse background. It wasn't just like, oh, let's get some of the influencers that we all know of in this world as like the Bobby Nuggs or the Rick Nyas, which all of them would have been great to have them as judges, but it was really nice to see it's like a home growers contest being like judged by like home growers, I don't know all the judges personally, but when I looked over and I seen a handful of the judges, I know at least 5 of them were home growers because I've spoke to them about home growing projects and things of that nature. So that was an amazing thing, which was great, right? And then one thing that they can change is you had this amazing book bag with all these donated sponsors. I mean, it took me 2 hours to go through the whole fucking thing. Like, I don't even know if I can use all of it in the course of a year. There's so much like seeds and flour. I mean, like there's like 80 packs of seeds in there. There's flowers, there's pre-rolls, there's everything, right? But throw in all the other entries. The winner should see. The winner should see what he was up against.
Okay.
But other than that, the rest of it was perfect, So I know that's like a jokingly bad response of what was bad there. But I mean, other than that, it was an amazing fucking show, man. I thought you did a great job with it.
No, actually,
how many growers would you like for next year?
More.
Well, we did talk. Dave. You did say that you put the limit now. You said this year it was a max of 50. You said next year, you may not do a max.
next year I'm not setting a limit for the reasoning of if we feel like we got flooded with too much entries, we'll just shut it down and say this is all we can take. I don't want anybody complaining if I set a number.
Okay, now here's a question for you. If you ended up with, I'm going to say 50. Okay, good number. That's a good competition. Are you going to screen the flower? Are you going to like say, no, this one's just not good enough, don't even bother?
Well, so how we actually were doing the judging is we did the first round by like look, smell, and we were actually looking at it underneath the scope, like a jeweler's lens. Like Mark had his jeweler lens there. We all had these light up scopes donated by Lions Den Glass. Like, so we were really analyzing the bud. If I feel like we have enough technology that we can wean out. If there was any bad, we'd wean it out in that first round before we even got to the smoking.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is you don't, I sort of know what I'm doing, but there's people out there that don't know what they're doing. There's people out there that absolutely do know what they're doing, but you don't want to have bad weed in your competition, right? I mean, if
Like
something
I said,
came in that just wouldn't, I mean,
You definitely
anything goes
in your competition, but here's the thing I've experienced over the years. I've smoked some shitty ass looking fucking weed that has gotten me higher than any of this pretty shit nowadays. Like, I don't know. I see a lot of the weed to me nowadays is the vanity stuff. Like, honestly, I'm not a fan of the tropical stuff or the fruity stuff. I like the gassy, gross, nasty shit. So like it doesn't tropical stuff doesn't appeal to me.
Stinky food.
So fun fact, as a competitor, right? As a point of view, right? So like I told you guys, like I won Turptown, right? And Turptown, like I know that the judges that they have for Turptown tend to be like a more of a connoisseur crowd, and the connoisseur crowd prefers more of that gassier strain. So I enter my tropical barbecue sauce into Turptown because it's a little more gassier. It has like a real gas to it. And it was I actually talked to Bake Baker about this before the competition. Said I was really unsure of what I wanted to enter because I had this duck sauce that I really like. I think it's like really great. I think I've done something here with it, but it's a fruitier strain. It's more fruitier. And I knew that if he had more old school connoisseur judges, they don't necessarily like that stuff. So it's interesting as a competitor too, because we don't just grow one strain. So we have multiple things in our artillery that we're going to choose when we're, fighting zombies, if you will, right? So you got to go into what the theme of
I fucking love that.
So it's just interesting trying to figure out like what ammunition you're going to try to use to, defend your base, if you will. Right.
Right.
And it was, I took the plunge, I felt like, with doing a fruitier strain. I did choose one that wasn't straight fruit. It did have a little sour to it at the end. But yeah, it's interesting that he had said that, because that's really interesting as a competitor, because you do need to think about what is the judge going to like, and who am I actually trying to impress here.
And that's what I love about another thing about the Bake Baker's competition. He didn't announce who the judges are going to be. Not everybody knew who the judges were going to be either. So until the day of, when everybody gathers, and then, all of a sudden, like, I had no clue who any of the other judges were going to be in this thing. So it was I love the way that it was set up. And hopefully next year we're next to the main stage. Hopefully next year we can get 15 minutes on the main stage.
Yeah.
No.
The only thing about that is I think it's important to keep it over at the Educational Village, because it involved all the speakers that were there. They came over, got involved with it, and then that's what's going to make it grow for next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a stage at the Education Village?
But I want 15 minutes of fame on that stage next year. Like,
I was actually on the Education Village stage doing a home growers course when it got announced. So if it was all on one stage, that might be a little better, right? Because he had to come to me.
I have the answer for the problem.
Give me like a freaking hand signal. Say you won.
So you want, okay. So Mark, was it Mark that said 15 minutes on the main stage? And Dave, you said keep it in the educational village. And I see Robert Baby Boy's in the chat. I just want to stop and say Christopher Pagel's in the chat. OG, much love to him. Haven't talked to him in a long time. But I have a solution that can work for both of you. And
this should be interesting.
Jeffrey, I'm putting it out there, so you better get your pen and paper. What if Masscan had Still Toking With at the event next year, and we can simulcast it from the educational village to the main stage screen?
Oh, we can talk about that.
That sounds awesome.
We'll
talk in the locker room, and we'll present it to Mass.
Well, I just presented it because the president of Mass is watching.
The man, the myth.
What up, Rob? We'll talk soon.
All right. So anyway, back to what we were talking about, which is I have no fucking idea because I got.
We're talking about the CHC.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh
yeah. Where were we though?
So, shit.
All right, how about this? I'll shut up.
We're all high.
Quick.
Yeah.
Mark, you want to hold up the shirt?
I think we're all high. Yeah.
I know. Give a shout out to your sponsors.
Just a little.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me a shout out to the sponsors.
All right, so we'll shout out. We'll start. All right, we'll just start there. So shout out GRE, Sean, Al, and Jess. What up, guys? Shout out Boom. What up, fam? Lions Den Glass. Thank you again so much. They literally provided everything for us judging. Shout out Hexpo, Bobby Nugs for giving the tickets to all the winners. Kyle from Bling & Beads for the beads. We love you, Kyle. Mike from Infused Productions. The Spot up in Lowell. Check them out on Insta. What up, Janet from Hippie Chicks? Definitely check out her products. Stone Ate Mycology, Terpologist. Lisa, 420 Nurse. What up, Rob? Cannadream Creations. Rick Naya, Annihilated Brands. Of course, Grumpy. Thank you again, Grumpy, for blessing the winners with your whole seed collection.
Right?
And of course, you, Mark. Thank you again, man. Hole in the Wall Education. Check them out.
Big Kyle, Bling & Beads.
Did I miss anybody?
I think you missed Kyle. Bling &
No,
Beads.
I said Bling & Beads.
No, he said Bling & Beads.
I said Kyle too.
That's when you went down for the bong rip and all.
I'm high as shit. Shout out, Boom! I just got doinked.
What's that?
Oh, there they are.
Shout out to the boys for the gummies too.
Oh hell yeah!
That's right, man. Dead bites.
Taste amazing.
You guys think you guys can shoot an episode or make a comic where like the zombies are attacking the Freedom Rally?
Listen,
and your characters are in there, just trying to have a good day.
Yeah, we can't.
I have a better idea. Let's just make it happen.
Well, but see what I was saying is, we've got NDAs in place, and when
I'm sorry,
not with Masscan. We have NDAs in place with something big that's going on with people in the community, and once that comes out, then we'll approach and entertain others. To do the same thing. So yeah, it's gonna be fucking popping. That's all I can say.
And I was super happy to be on your show because you guys opening us up to a whole different audience. You know what I mean? Because not only do you guys in the cannabis community, you guys also have that horror, that comic book, that film, indie films that people like. You guys have all that different communities coming together, and it's just beautiful that you guys are just putting another spotlight on cannabis.
Well, in all honesty, this show's about you guys and what you guys are doing. But when Jeff and I started this, the whole premise was to help break the stigma and to educate through adult humor. Everybody else I can't grow a fucking plant. It would be dead in 3 days, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, fuck this stupid thing, So Jeff's the grower. I just smoke it. So if you give it to me,
I'm not even really a grower.
Right.
I do my best.
That's what my prom date said to me, but
right. I mean,
I said my prom date. Jesus, I messed that up. I tried to make a fun joke, and there you go. You know.
Oh yeah, shout out Hitman. Oh my, I didn't even say Hitman. Shout out Hitman.
Oh yeah, Hitman.
Donating the bags, Dougie. What up?
No,
is that the judge's kit?
See, I asked if I forgot anybody.
Dude, that was the fucking the main part of it. And honestly, like,
wow,
the bag is amazing. I was telling them, like, I honestly can't even bring this bag to a cannabis event because of the fact that so many people have, got this bag because he's so, big now. Someone might pick up the bag thinking it's theirs.
Nah, just put a good keychain on it. Make it yours, bro.
No, see, because I would go the other route and be like, dude, no, man, you got to put my comic cells on that, bro.
I like that.
Put my comic cells on it. I want my name stitched on the fucking top.
Yep. Hey,
you can't steal my shit.
Yeah, no, he really hooked it up on the bag end, man. So those were actually
those are cool
judge kit bags that he did for his event without the entries. Like, it was everything he put in his judge kits.
Oh, very cool.
Dougie really hooked it up.
Very cool.
He passed out like 150 bags at that Capadonna event. It was insane.
Oh no, it was more than that. It was like 200. So yeah, he came to the Capadonna event that Mark was hosting and hung out for a while. And then he was like, hey, should I go get a bunch of stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll help you carry it in. And I go outside, bro. And I was just like, holy shit. It was just mounds of bags and Tupperware containers full of shirts and hoodies. And he just sat there and gave out everything. That's what he does. He just gives it all out.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a genius. Marketing genius.
I know a guy.
I need to talk to him.
And just to pay homage. When I first got into this community, I went to a show. I wasn't even Gardens by Guild at this point. I didn't have a brand. I didn't have anything. I was just growing. And before, I was buying my genetics off of line, like Seedsman, Europe, all this nonsense. And I ended up going to a show, and I ended up. My best friend was with me, and there was this gentleman there named City Slickers, and I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's really popular in Massachusetts.
Yep.
He's amazing. And he said, "Hey, I got this strand called Mango Chow Mein. It smells like mangoes and Chinese food." I walked away from him. I'm like, "This guy's what a fucking idiot." I'm out here, right? Because I just was kind of started to like dabble like into like different genetics at this point. And like when you order stuff in Europe and stuff like that, like you get what you get. It's just weed. It grows, but it doesn't really have like a profile like how we developed here, like in the States with like these craft cultivators. So I walked away, and my best friend stood there and talked to him for about an hour. So at the end of me walking around the show, I go up to him, where the hell is my best friend at? I go find him, like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, this is the smartest guy in the whole room. And I'm like, oh, really? He's like, this is the smartest guy. And we bought a 10-pack of the Mango Chow Mein. He gave us an eighth of flour with it. I went home and I smoked it. I was blown away. It literally tasted like mangoes and Chinese food. It was a different high. It was unreal. And I ended up, pheno hunting it out, finding which one I liked. And I've had people that I've sold this product to that flower wise, and they're like, my wife doesn't even smoke. I've been with her for 20, 30 years, but she'll smoke that Mango Chow Mein because it just smells so different. And the high is completely different as well.
Yep.
So I took the Mango Chow Mein, and one of my good friends moved to Colorado to do a cultivation project and stuff. And he found this strand out there that he really loved called Huckleberry. And it was like this extreme berry flavor that he liked. And he had a family, so he moved back here to have help with it. And he sent me a clone of it before he got here. And I had felt I just felt like paying homage to him, like, because I had just started becoming a breeder. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a cross with this. And I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, like I knew that Huckleberry's like. I knew the Mango Chow Mein was the fucking winner. So I had that in the middle of my garden, and I had other things in the garden to cross it with. But after, a few years of doing the circuit, doing the shows up and down the East Coast, I just really didn't promote duck sauce as much as I wanted to. And I had said this year, I really wanted to win some awards. And last year we started really making some traction with the tropical barbecue sauce, which was a GMO cross with a raspberry diesel. But that's really on the gassier side. And I don't want to be known for many strains. I want to be known for the strain. So the tropical barbecue sauce is the gassier one that we're really going to focus on. The duck sauce is our fruitier one that we're really going to focus on. I mean, I may figure out something else in the time being but I'm not the type of breeder where I'm going to flood you guys with 1,000 seeds. I make a certain amount of seeds. I focus on those. I figure out what's right. I figure out what's going to work. And then that's what we focus on. I just think it's like crazy. Like I just had a child, and I think of my seeds like my child. And like, in our culture, it's wrong to have, 10, 15 children. So like, why the heck would we have 100, 200 seed creations? Come up with things that work that you're proud of. Freaking hunt them out, figure out what works, and then go to market to the community with it. And then, at that point, you're only going out with what matters, opposed to going out with like a whole flood of things. You know what I'm saying?
So Mark, how are you going to follow that up?
Right?
How do you?
I know. Sorry, guys. This one on a rant.
No, you're good. You're good, man. How do you grow, Mark?
Hey, I don't know, man. I've had 11 strains that I've been growing for 22 years now.
Unbelievable.
So, and then on top of that, like,
I can take my hat off of that.
I was given all these back in 01, and then, trying to keep those plants alive and then having babies of those plants as well. But then once 2016 hit and the legalization shit started to happen, I was actually able to tap into different markets and genetics and shit that I've never had access to before. And like Joe from City Slickers, for one, I grow his skunk chow mein. He's given me several of his cuts. His original chow mein was insane. I still grow Joe's lemon bonkers. That's another cut that I have. It's just straight fire. I mean, it is bonkers. It's crazy, but then I don't know. I grow stuff from just several geneticists, people under the stairs, big shout out to Copa Genetics from Maine. Maine, that guy's putting out stuff and he just gives seeds to people, to grow shit. So it's, I don't know. Right now, I'm sitting on, I think, 38 different strains at this moment in time. And I would say probably 35 of them are all probably competition winnable. It's hard for me to get rid of shit and kill shit. I just stockpile shit, and it takes time. I've grown hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of strains over the years, and it's trying to isolate to certain ones, trying to find, like Gil said, that one strain, and I'm constantly hunting. But what I've noticed too through the years is running something from seed. You run that seed the first time. It took me 3 times to get my first trophy winning strain to be stable. It was True Blue crossed with Dreamweaver, some really old genetics from MTG Seeds. And it won me my first sativa trophy. I got to name the strain. It's called Headwall. And when that thing popped from seed, I got three females. They were the craziest, weirdest looking fucking plants I've ever seen in my life. And they grew so weird. And they begged me to let them go because everybody, they were just freaks of nature. And I'm still growing it to this day. And I started growing that in 2018. And that's when we were given the seeds for the competition. And I won that in 2019. But that strain right there it took me 3 cycles of cloning it to get it to actually stabilize and actually grow normal. It was just a little freak.
So Mark likes freaks. Okay.
Yep. I love sativas. I do. I love
I love sativa,
100 days, 120 weeks, 22-week plant. I have a chocolate tie that went 120 days, and the shit's amazing, but it's
that's sun cured. Woo!
It was different. It's amazing. That sun cure shit, it does something to it. Are you going to be at Turptown, Gilf, on Saturday?
I will be.
I'll bring some. And
And
shit.
I wanted to say, I was telling Dave about this the other day. So like my first show ever, well, I think it was my second show ever actually. Turptown was my second show ever. And I was there with my wife, you know, we had our fucking 2 double tables with my little, you know, little like table mat across the side with a bootleg sign in the back that said "Gilf." I don't even know how the hell that even worked. And you know, you and your wife walked by, and you guys stopped by. You talked to me for a couple minutes. You were like literally like so amazing. When you made your second loop, I literally said, "You guys are like my favorite couple here. You guys are absolutely unbelievable." And then like, you know, like 2 or 3 shows later, I do a Turptown, and then I'm just like, oh, and then like I entered the that competition, the Pheno Cup from Scott Olette.
Yep.
And like, you know, I heard you were a past winner. I'm like, you know, and I just think it like just shows like the amazing people we have in this community, because like you are like such a pillar in this community, Mark. And like the fact that you're like so humble and like, you know, someone like myself could be in a show or like be embedded in the community, and like, you know, you can come up and like, I wouldn't even realize that, you know, you are as great as you are in this community. You've done as much as you are in this community. Like, you're just like super humble. You carry yourself amazingly. You have amazing product. And yeah, man, I'm just like super honored to know you.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it, dude.
Well,
Means a
your
lot.
head just grew.
Should I get some
This
fucking
guy.
tissues? Should I get some fucking tissues?
There's the
This guy. Well, I mean, I can say the same about freaking Bake Baker.
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I
that
you know,
was-
when
that
I
was
met Bake
cool. I
Baker,
appreciate
man,
that.
you
That
know,
was
like
nice.
I have never like met anyone in this community that it just goes above and beyond. Like Bake Baker calls me before a lot of my shows and just says, "Hey, like, how you doing? Like, you know, what's going on? Like, just to talk, you know what I mean?" And you know, I wasn't a father when I met Bake Baker, but I literally told him when I first met him, like the first time I ever met him, like he's sitting there dealing with me and being a father at the same time. And I literally said to him, I was like, you know, I'm going to deal with you because you're friggin' a great father. And like, you know, 2 years later, now that I have a kid, like I really understand like what that is, like running a business and dealing with people, and you know what I mean? And yeah, man, friggin' yeah, again, like, you know, all of you guys. I remember the first time I met both of you guys, Ben and Jeff. It was at the Not Your Average Joe competition in like Fall River or like some part of that part of
Yeah, we did one of those. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, again, like you guys had, you know, you guys were amazing. I was like so like thrown away because I was like, whoa, like what is this? Like all these booths are kind of the same, and then I get to you guys. You have your lanyards, your comments out, and I'm like, this is totally different. And like me just coming into the community, I'm still thinking of like all these different like genres that I'm into, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like these guys really know what they're doing, trying to really combine multiple communities. And yeah, man, it's just a blessing to have all of us in this community and all of us literally just striving to make people better.
Right.
Well said.
Justin
Very
wants
well
to-
said.
Appreciate you,
like,
brother.
Justin the weed. This is some
So
chocolate.
Beautiful.
so Dave,
That's sexy.
What
if
up?
people want to get involved with next year's CHC, how can they do that?
So there's a public group, CHC Community Homegrown Competition, that people can join, and if they want to get involved or have ideas, so on and so forth, it's a public group. They can post openly. I'd love to see the feedback.
All right. Well, that was a short answer.
Hey. See, there you go.
I have to be honest. I don't want to plan on any type of picking judges until it's closer, because like I did this year, I don't want anybody knowing who each other are. It's just gonna happen.
Well said. So what's plug you that group again? How can people find that group?
It's
Facebook.
Yeah, it's
I
a
wasn't talking to
Facebook.
you.
It's a
I was talking to Dave.
Facebook group. It's CHC Community Homegrown Competition. I think it's C.C.H.C. H.C.
C dot H dot.
That was a lot.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That was funny.
Yeah.
All
maybe.
that while packing a bowl.
Hey, I know a guy.
I know a
You
guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. Everybody
But
knows
I mean,
a guy.
as far as sponsors, anything like that, I reach out to me, DM me, message me. I'm definitely
anybody that knows you, hit me
Rob.
up. Make the connections, make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yep, let's blow this
Me and
thing
you are
up.
going to talk more. But I definitely want to improve as far as offering winners the ability to test it, to get it tested if they win.
Yep.
Maybe the top
At least
three. Maybe the top
There
three.
you go.
I might have, because we get so much stuff tested at MCR. I might be able to, see if I can assist with that. So
I appreciate
and I
that.
actually
Well,
I have this.
I'll say
that
this.
I know that moved from friggin' Texas. When I first met this person, they came to Texas at the Freedom Rally actually last year, and they were like, "I love Massachusetts. I love what you guys are doing. This is amazing." And then I keep seeing them at these shows. Like, "Oh yeah, I came here on a girls trip. I brought my friends with me." And I see them again. "Oh yeah, I came and brought my family with me." And now I see them like, "Oh yeah, I live here and I work for MCR." Like,
yeah.
That's how amazing of a cannabis community Massachusetts is building.
Yeah, I love MCR Labs. They're awesome over there.
How many testing sites are there in the state?
I have no idea. 4 or 5.
There might be more for maybe dispensaries have different ones, but the 2 that are broadcasted is MCR, and then there's another lab in Salem. But the lab in Salem, you have to have the license number from the CCC in order to get tested there. That's why MCR is so amazing, because MCR, when they came out, they were like, "We do not want people growing at home and smoking crap. So why would we tell home growers that you can't get your stuff tested if you don't have a license, when home growers just want to know if they're, you know what I mean? If what they're smoking is freaking real, if
MCR fought hard for that, for us to be able to go in there and test for that. So the guy from MCR, they fought for a long time for us to be able to, because they didn't want us to be able to. They wanted it to
MCR Labs, reach out.
Love MCR.
Yep. So, but yeah, they actually MCR. They used to sponsor a bunch of my classes and stuff. And when I was doing my classes back then, I've just been too busy to teach, but I want to get back into teaching again.
Hey, Mark, I got a location. I would love to collab with a class with you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, man. So I mean,
locker room, locker room talk.
Yeah. So we can definitely get that. Kyle, how you doing? I see Kyle just joined. Kyle, Bling and Beads, appreciate the set, man. I won a mini set from Kyle for winning the competition. Amazing
excellent.
I purchased one of those sets to be able to win one. It's what the hell? You know what I mean? That's such a great gift. He donated literally a $300 set to this competition, So that's what the bag was so big. I don't even know what the value of that bag was, because the bag was so packed with all flour, rolling trays. I went online with some of for example, Hitman gave us a rolling tray, gave us this ashtray, the bag. The bag is a $300 bag. The ashtray is a $75 brass ashtray. And that's just 2 things that were in the bag. That's not even there was literally over 100 things in the bag. There were so many amazing people that donated products to this bag. And there's another thing to Big Baker. There's no other competition out here giving out anything. Some of the awards for some of these competitions are so just not encumbersome, that that's why we do try to buy belts, you know what I mean, because we're proud of what we do, and also I was on Team USA. I went to the Olympics in 2004, won 4 gold medals, and became 13th.
Yeah, you're a competitor.
So my buddy buys those belts also to because I have those belts for my other passion in life, but it's still just an amazing thing that the CHC, not only are you donating flour and paying money, which you're donating to a good cause. If you win, you're getting back not even tenfold. You're getting back like 40-fold. Like the bag that I got, I can't even put a value on how much money our product was in that bag.
It was about the love, man. Those whole bags were all love. It was all the sponsors, and they literally all I asked for was for them to put something together to donate for the prizes for the 3 winners. Like that was like the biggest thing I needed, and some of the sponsors also helped out with the T-shirts, and the T-shirts even still I gave them all away, and I plan to go to Hexpo with a couple new designs, and I'll be handing out more CHC stuff at Hexpo.
100%.
I'm going to say this. So you're going to go to Hexpo. Anybody else going? Mark?
I'll be at. I'm
right.
So I'm gonna most likely get a booth at Hexpo. There's a limited spots left. I'm trying to get it in.
Right.
I will be this Saturday.
I'm sponsoring Bobby's after party too. Ghouls, goblins, and ghouls.
I just want to say, we have a good friend who's going to be at Hexpo. He's a talent. His name's Mark Dodson.
Yeah, go see him.
He's the voice of Salacious Crumb, the voice of Daffy and the Gremlins.
Oh, nice.
He did all the zombie effect voices for George Romero, for all Romero's movies. And I actually did all of ours.
And is he going to be like having a little booth? Like,
he's going to be set up. He'll be set up.
He'll be set up.
Prints
so
and pictures.
Doing like a little Comic-Con style thing as well. That's awesome. That's amazing.
So what you guys got to do if you're there, go up, tell him who you are, and tell him that you know us. He loves to smoke weed.
Yes, he does.
Just saying. So, go check him out. He's an amazing fucking person.
That's awesome.
So I just figured I'd throw that to you guys.
Yo, when can we see you guys at another show?
Oh man,
what do we got? Our next cannabis event, I think, is
Expo Canna.
Expo Canna in Connecticut.
Yeah, I think that's the next one.
That was a great event last year.
Oh, that's the Mohegan one with Scott, right?
Yeah. I had a blast there, man. I saw you guys there.
I might enter that one.
Right.
Go for it, man. Hey, he supports the home growers. He gets everything tested for them. Like he goes all out for the home growers in that competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a decent competition. Great show. We did it last year, but I think that's our next booked one. I mean, our next actual event is here in Plymouth. I believe October 28th. It's a 1-day horror and hops convention.
No, it's hometown. Yeah, hometown horror and hops. Yeah,
hometown haunt in hops. It's put on by Mayflower Brewing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That should be a decent one. I mean, if you guys are free and you're around, go. I think it's super fucking cheap to get in.
Yeah.
One of those things. But
that's something I can take the kids to.
Here, drink this.
Well, it's a little local thing. You know what I mean? So we want to.
If you guys aren't doing anything on Saturday, this Saturday, I think, Mark, are you going to Turptown? There'll be a Turptown event in Spencer, Massachusetts. If you guys want to come 12 to 4, definitely DM either me, Mark. If you guys are interested in going, come meet us, come smell our flower, come see what we got working with. I mean, smell our hash, rosin. You're not going to be friggin', you will never waste your time coming to see or hanging out with anyone in our community because our community puts on a great show.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yep.
We're busy
all the time.
Oh yeah.
No, well, it's funny because it's like our next event might be horror, might be music, might be cannabis, might be Comic-Con.
Right.
There's so many different places that we can be.
Well, now
it's hard to really narrow down, pick and choose, and be, okay, well, let's do this one and let's do this one, trying to figure out what works the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? That gets difficult,
Well, you guys are
you're
in our community, but you're also in a different lane, a different realm. You know what I mean? You guys got so much going on. It's a really interesting path you guys are taking, you know. And you know,
I didn't pick the fucking thing.
it might have been better if the
not
writer
pick the
strike
fucking
stopped. I don't know if you guys write your own stuff. You guys just
we
kept
do.
writing, you know.
Oh, we write
We
our
do all the writing.
Yeah, exactly, right? So the writer's
Dog.
strike, we should have kept the writer's strike going. You know what I mean? Hey, the big cinemas, if they can't get any friggin', they got to go to you guys, right? They got to come to the indie films where it's at, right? The stuff that it needs to be at, you know?
You know, all we're trying to do is have fun and make people in the community have fun. And, you know, it's a way to lighten things up. Read a fucking comic book, you'll laugh. You know,
I've been on a lot of podcasts. I've never had an intro, and you guys had this commercial, that coffee commercial.
I know, I didn't even
like,
pull out my
I thought I was
book to
watching
show
Walking Dead. I was like, am I on AMC? I'm like sitting there changing things, like, what's going on here? You know, that was amazing.
Yeah, that's a network sponsor. So we run on the Dorkening Podcast Network. We're affiliated in conjunction with them, and we've been working with them for 4.5 years now. There's literally 50 plus shows on the network, and we're always looking for more. And I'm throwing that out there to everybody in the cannabis community that has a specific style of show. We need to start bringing more of those to this platform that we're on right now. You know, this is the wave of the future right here, man, the streaming platforms. Okay. And, you know, I'm going to throw that out
future?
there.
Shout out to all the
in the future?
There's so many of them.
You're in the future, Jeff. Yes, you are.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What was that film that lady thought you were from at Rhode Island last year? We were outside. This lady was freaking out, man. She was going completely gaga. She thought Jeff was some famous actor.
She thought I was she thought I was the dude from Lost in Space.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, you look like an astronaut.
Yeah, he looks like he's lost in fucking space.
Yeah, you look like you're floating right now.
So, we got a few more minutes here, so let's go to Mark to start. Last thoughts about CHC.
I can't wait till next year. Funner, bigger. You know, we're gonna be much more prepared for everything ahead of time. So, you know, smoking all those strains. And another thing too, I wanted to say thank you to everybody that, you know, sat with us and smoked all day with us and, you know, just that competition. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, to smoke over and over again, you know, the day of, but I think everybody that was involved did a good job. They did a fair job. You know, we had so many different palettes there, like Gilf was saying, different people from different.
We had the palettes cleanses.
Yep. I mean, you know.
Yeah, the coffee grinds. I saw the coffee grinds. That's amazing, dude. People don't know about the coffee grinds.
It was nice. It's just time to upscale and grow. You know, that's it.
Copy our next fucking show.
People involved and get more names and broadcast this thing. Let people know.
What these guys here.
You can enter this.
Well, maybe if I do a good grow over the winter, I'll be ready for next year.
Yeah. You never know. Win. You never know. You know,
I'm too fucking lazy. I'll just pay somebody to grow it for me.
You'd be surprised the amount of people that enter other people's weed into competitions. It's crazy.
Ben, believe me, we
that's a whole different conversation. We can jump down the rabbit hole on that one.
It's all good. It's all good. What was that, Paul?
I said, Ben, we need people like you in the community. We love people like you. We need people to support our art. So yes,
right.
You know, I mean, listen. Me and Mark, I'm sure we love, you know, growing what we grow, but I mean, if everyone was growers, I mean, you know, we would probably still do it, but you know, probably wouldn't be able to do podcasts. I haven't seen a tomato podcast recently.
Right. Man, I don't know.
I'm sure there.
You know?
But I'll bet you it's out there. I'll bet you it's out there.
Probably.
You
so,
know?
Paul, closing thoughts on CHC?
So, I'm excited that Robert Big Boy was able to attach himself with the right part of the community and get with someone like Bake Baker, who's so passionate about what's going on and so dialed into the community and fully active in the community. And he made the right decision with getting, you know, someone like Mark from Hole in the Wall, you know, who is not only active in the community itself. He is an award winner from multiple competitions. So it's just like, you know, you take someone who wants to put a competition together, you take someone who wins the competitions, you get together, you know, there is no way to fail. And I'm just looking so forward to see where it comes every single year. I really hope with the whole, you know, hurricane warning, which, you know, I mean, come on, right? We're from New England. That was, you know, but great. We had a competition on Sunday. We had an event on Sunday. You know, I understand before I got into the community, it was a 2-day event. I really hope that Boston saw what we did, saw the people that we brought there, saw how easy it was for them, because we do not cause problems. We're just trying to spread our love. And hopefully next year we can have a 2-day event, you know? And if we can have
Like
a
it used
2-day
to be,
event,
yeah.
it'd be great,
Yeah.
because maybe if we have a 2-day event, we can take the entries on Saturday and, you know, the judges can, you know, digest what's going on and then, you know, go home. You know, there's so many different things that we can do if we get 2 days. But again, I appreciate you guys letting us on this show, this platform, bring in a different audience to what Bake Baker's doing, what me and Mark are trying to do. And yeah, man, just guys keep striving. And, you know, I can't wait to see you guys win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that, but I don't think fuck. I'd be happy just winning some of Kyle's fucking glass.
Right.
Bling bling.
Right? Dave, I'm gonna throw my last question, the same one to you. You know, what do you look for next year's CHC?
I can't wait. With more time, there will be more involvement, more sponsors. Like I can't wait. I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped out with the judging. Beantown, Greentown, Karina, you were awesome. Phil Lamson, Grumpy Cup, dude. He is a very, very picky smoker. He did a great job with it. Dizzy Disaster, Mario from Healthy Connections, Janet from Hippie Chick Solutions, Serenity Baker, Laura from Hole in the Wall Skincare.
Yep.
Wait, am I missing anybody?
Probably, but you know.
Am I missing anybody?
And Phil.
JC, sorry, JC. Thank you for helping out with everything. Did
you say
helped
Phil?
Out. Yes, I said Phil.
Yep, we're good then. You think you got them all?
It's easier when you just say, I just want to thank everybody on my team. I love you
yeah,
all.
but I felt like I had to say everybody's name at least once.
No, I'm just busting balls, man. I'm just busting
if you
balls.
say none, then you're okay.
Next
but if you
next
miss
year, I
somebody
definitely
in a
look
list,
forward to Mark's going to be a lot more involved with the operations of how we like get it all going and everything. So I think that it's going to be a more powerful event. We'll be able to bring more home growers into it and be able to get the message out there of why we're doing this.
Very cool. Jeff, any last questions for these gentlemen?
Yeah, when am I going to see you guys again?
Oh,
you know,
hold on.
When are you back? The expo?
I think the next cannabis is Expo Canna. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it looks
I'll
like the
hopefully
next
see you there this year.
What's that? That's in like March.
Right.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn, we gotta get together before then. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got Terp Town and then Oktoberfest next weekend after that. So
Harvest Cup.
Right.
Hashtag what the fuck is Croptoberfest?
Nope.
You know, now are those like camping play things? You got to go and pitch a tent.
That's an overnight one.
Yeah, they got cabins shit in the woods. It's like fucking Friday the 13th shit.
Well, I don't mind the cabin.
Campground on a lake.
You know, I don't mind a cabin in the woods. I can't sleep in a tent though.
Yeah. I can't sleep on the fucking ground. Even on an air mattress, man, I can't get up.
Every time me and Laura have drove there to do that event, like a mile before the entrance, wild animals ran in front of us. One year we had a big black bear. Another year we had a big bull moose with a huge set of antlers on it. Yeah,
Again, I need to find the hotel that's close and we can talk.
First
Airbnb's work too.
I got lost in the woods for like an hour there.
Dude, wait a minute. We can't have that. Jeff got lost in a fucking stairwell in a hotel for an hour.
I did.
Okay? If we put him in the woods, we'll never find him.
Yeah, I got like not stuck, but not lost in an elevator. It was me and Ashley.
Yep.
We went in the elevator, doors closed, and we stood and waited. Nothing. Then the doors opened. We were still on the first floor because we never pushed the button to go anywhere.
So yeah, and I've seen Jeff get lost in parking garages. Okay, so if we put him in the woods, guys, we were gonna have to send out a search party, or we'll put him on a leash. One of the two.
Send him out with a beacon.
Right. But anyways, Jeff, last questions, or are you good?
No, I'm good, man. I want to congratulate you guys on a job very, very well done. I wish I was there to actually see it. Maybe next year.
Yep,
I forgot something.
If there's anything we can do in the meantime, just reach out, let us know. We'll get involved and do what we can as we can. As they
Well, if you
say.
need an extra, I would love to be an extra in one of your films.
Hey, I got one last.
I don't even need any payment. I'm just gonna smoke the whole crew up. So I'm like, I'm actually gonna pay to be there.
You know what? You're laughing because that's generally how it works.
Well, great.
Yeah.
we gotta pay for it somehow.
Be there, baby.
So, Dave, go ahead.
Shout out to John and his wife from Rustic Roots. They actually got video footage of the whole entire thing. Like, I actually forgot they were there. And he was the one that ended up tallying up all the votes. So we actually had like a non-biased person tally up, and
love that.
Yeah, it was awesome. So there's going to be video that's going to be coming out. No, I've never seen any documentation from so
yeah, Rustic Roots.
Hell yeah,
love Rustic, good guy. Him
I
and his
can't believe
wife.
I almost forgot them.
Beautiful.
That's the
couple.
problem with stoners.
Beautiful
We remember
couple.
shit like
Yeah,
bait. So we're gonna go, Paul. Give a shout out to your company. Where can people find you?
Hey guys, it's your boy Gardens by Gilf. You can find me on Facebook with Gilf Paul, Deshaun Gilflin. Literally, Facebook is my more personal thing, but on Instagram, it's gardens_by Gilf 5.0. There's a 7.0 as well. If they take me down, just add another number. You're going to find me. Again, we won first place in Sutherland at Turptown this year, and we won first place at the Freedom Rally this year for flower. So definitely check us out. We're doing our thing. We're just trying our best to make sure the whole world is getting high and staying rooted. Getting high and staying rooted. There we go.
Love it. Mark.
Yeah, so I'm Mark, Hole in the Wall Cultivation, Instagram, Facebook, Hole in the Wall Cultivation. Simple as that. Thanks, guys.
Wow, that was easy.
Simple.
Baked.
Baked Baker on Facebook, Instagram's baked_Baker BAKA. Like, I'm from Boston.
yeah, Baker. Baker man.
But if you were truly from Boston, it would be BAKAH.
Yeah. Come on. We don't pronounce our A's. I think the H was taken.
Right. Hose
Oh,
off.
good. What? Oh, thank you guys. This has been a ball. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, learning about, I'm fucking high as fuck.
Right?
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
You know, so go to stilltoking.com, Talking with the Dead on Facebook, the Instagram bullshit. I don't fucking do any of that crap. You can find me on Facebook if you can. Good luck with that. You know, but go to you know, Talking with the Dead, stilltoking.com, and follow us. Give us a fucking like us on fucking YouTube. Let's get that page built up as well. That's going to help a lot. I would appreciate that from everybody out there. Is there anybody out there?
Wow. Like I said, he's lost in space. You know, I want to give a huge shout out to all our growers and connoisseurs out there. You guys are doing a fucking amazing jobs. But I want to thank, you know, Dave, Mark, and Paul for coming out and talking a little bit about the CHC. I think everybody should look into it if it's in your alley. But most of all, I want to give thanks to all our veterans and first responders. For without you, people like us wouldn't be able to do what we do. Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah, you did.
It's all you guys' fault. You got me high. I'm just gonna blame it on that. I'm gonna blame it on the weed. It's just that simple, folks. But yeah, check them all out, and I guess we will see you somewhere out on the road. So hang tight, boys.
Come on, step it off, bring it down and lose it. Come on.